Man, this world is so far gone when it comes to mental delusions that we now have to apologize when reality gets involved. I just found out that this Italian boxer, Angela Carini, had to apologize, was forced to apologize. They're saying that she apologized on her own, but I don't think that's the case at all. She wanted to apologize because she didn't shake Imani Khalif's hand after the boxing match, after she was robbed of her Olympic dreams and had to actually quit in 46 seconds because she was getting abused, beat down, demolished by a biological man. Now, I'm not going to go out of my way to disrespect the transgender community or Imani just because I'm upset and angry with that situation. Because I am. I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm frustrated for Angela Carini. But there are some truths that need to be spoken, and we need to stop running away from the reality of it all. D- it's How do we not understand that this is completely wrong? How do we not get that? We are, even in the science of it all, we don't have all of the answers or all of the solutions. But in order to push a political agenda, we are willing to put women, in this particular case, in harm's way, to threaten their lives just to push that political agenda or whatever it is they think they're doing, which is not to protect the safe spaces of women. To kind of stay on topic, CBS said that some CBS, why Italian boxer Angela Carini apologized to Olympic fight winner Amani Khalif, and I don't care if I'm saying it wrong, honestly. First, and I'm not going to quote this whole. I could read it verbatim to you guys, but I'm just going to point out a couple of things to show you how delusional of a world we are living in. This Adams person said that this is not a transgender case. How is this not a transgender case? Imani Khalif was born a biological male, transitioned and identified themselves as a woman, and then decides to create a career where she can now use their biological advantage to go beat up, dominate women, and put themselves on a pedestal. How is that not a transgender case? And I have to be careful with my wording because if I make too much sense, then they're going to find a way to censor and take my videos down and deactivate my account, whatever the case may be. But I don't understand how you can convince anyone that this is not a transgender case. And then we go on to the apology itself, where Carini says that I'm sorry for my opponent, that she said that she was angry because her Olympics had gone up in smoke. Why is she apologizing? That's how far gone we are as a world. Why are we allowing her to apologize? Why are we still watching the Olympics? Why are we still putting up with any of this? And yes, there's a logical theory behind it, but it doesn't make it any better. Politics, number one. I don't know the politics in Italy, but I have no doubt that after she did what she did, after she acted out, after her frustrations with what happened at the Olympics and what they forced her to do, that politics got involved with both the Olympics and her country, and they forced her to apologize. If she was American and did that, guess what she would be doing? She would be right behind Riley Gaines. They would be supporting the fight to protect women's rights, and she wouldn't have to worry about her career anymore, because at the end of the day, guess what? Her career is gone anyway. What do you think is going to happen if we keep allowing this in the next 4 years? She's going to have to fight biological men again. Her dreams are gone regardless. But you guys want to sit up there and say that this is about the feelings and the emotions and doing what's right for the minority in this country, even if it causes mental issues, depression, and things like that with the majority of the people in this country. You don't help one by destroying the other. I'm going to show you. Go ahead and tell me. And then somebody else. And this is what I mean by this whole apology stuff. This person, Billboard Chris, Angela Carini has now apologized to Amani Khalif. And actually, if I were to meet her again, I would embrace her. I was just angry. Dude, stop it. We deserve to be angry. How are you not angry by what's going on? I'm not going to lie. At first, I tried to sympathize. I tried to show sympathy for Imani Khalif. But when you think about the fact that you went out of your way to use your biological advantage to beat up, abuse, and dominate women in this sport, to take away their hopes and dreams so that you can be selfish and greedy, it is really hard to sympathize with a person who is willing to go through those lengths to put themselves on that pedestal. And then you've got the Olympics Committee and our governments and just everybody who wants to support these protected classes and these political agendas that are causing more diversity than anything you can say the conservative or Republican Party is doing at this point in our lives right now. And then you got Logan Paul, who stepped up and said that this was disgusting. This was a travesty with what happened to Angela Carini. But then a day later, he backed off his statements. Why do you think he did that? The Paul brothers have had YouTube channels for years, and they've stood by everything that they've said. He comes out and makes a statement one day, but then backs off of that statement the very next. Why do you think he did that? Because he doesn't want to lose his endorsements with his Prime drink or whatever. However that business part of it works, this was a business decision. This was not what he truly feels. He made a business decision. And that's what's wrong with this world right now. Number one, if a business doesn't want to get in trouble for making political statements, stop making political statements. Period. Stop getting involved in people's personal lives by using your millions of dollars to support political influences and everything else. And then you won't have to worry about these kind of backlashes at all. But as a people, we have to stop thinking about ourselves. That's what the left does. All they do is think about themselves, their personal agendas, their protected classes, and then they try to spin some narrative, some story about how it applies to everybody. No, it doesn't. But you're forcing that on people and then calling it DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You're using that word to force your narratives on other people. How is that any different from the religions that you claim are dictatorships and evil and communists and everything else? How is it any different? Instead of using religion, you're using politics. It's the same. Angela Carini doesn't need to apologize. Logan Paul should have never said what he said in the first place, but then go back and apologize for it. There are more. There's minority and there's majority. Period. What does that mean? There's more of us than there are of them. That's it in its simplest form. If there are more of us than there are of them, then we can all come together, stop supporting these woke ideologies or whatever they are, and start making an impact. We don't have to get violent. Stop giving them our money. That's how you put an end to all of this. Choke them out when it comes to their finances. Just don't support it. Democrats, there are moderate Democrats that don't agree with what's going on with a situation like this. You don't have to be vocal. You don't have to worry about having your career and your life destroyed because you went against the grain. Just stop giving them your money for now. Start listening. If you feel something is wrong, get out there and find out what is wrong. And for the conservatives, the Republicans, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's very hypocritical for you to feel like it's okay to speak out on these particular issues, but then do nothing about it. Why are you still watching the Olympics? I just talked to someone last night. They're conservative. Then they want to ask me, well, what did you think about this was something that happened in the Olympics? I don't know. I don't care. I don't support the Olympics. It started with the opening ceremony. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. It started with Caitlin Clark, and that had nothing to do with the woke stuff. But it started with Caitlin Clark, and then it got political. Then we saw the opening ceremony, and I was done right then and there. And the only reason why I know about the transgender boxer issue is because of what I saw on X and what I saw on YouTube. I was updated on what was going on. I'm not supporting it. I'm not watching it. It really is that easy. You have so many other things that you could be watching on TV. Don't support what you don't believe in. That makes you a hypocrite if you do. You can call, I'm not judging you as a person. I am judging that situation. If you don't believe in this, if you think it's wrong, why are you supporting it? Oh, because I really love track and field. I really love men's basketball. Everybody in the Olympics who doesn't support this should have walked out, because guess what? What's going to happen in 4 more years at the next Olympics here in America, in LA? You've just given them permission to put all of these biological men into women's boxing and turn it into a circus. Women who have been fighting their whole lives to get to this point, to go to the Olympics, now have to accept the fact that there is a really, 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 really good chance that you have no opportunity to live out your dreams. I gotta go, man. My blood is boiling. I didn't say anything to intentionally disrespect the transgender community. No, I'm not a homophobic. I am not a transphobic. I love all people for who they are. It's the issues, the political agendas, not giving people their peace, thinking it's okay to destroy someone else's privacy, someone else's space in order to support your own. Those are the things that we have problems with. Those are the things that we need to be discussing. We don't need to be creating initiatives when we haven't even created the solution first. Angela Carini, I really hope at some point decides to speak out more. I would really love to see every last woman in the Olympics quit, at least in boxing, quit. Get in, tap out, and leave. People need to express themselves and let the world know that this is not okay. There is a different way to handle this. This doesn't mean you aren't sympathetic for the people who believe in their heads that they are something that they physically are not. We're not saying not to feel sorry for them. We're saying don't create more problems in the world just to support this one person's dreams. Or I don't, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think that's a dream. I think that that was someone who saw an opportunity, something that they could take advantage of. Because if you were really trying to do what's right, set aside your own personal pride to say, hey, I know what I want, I know what I would love to do, but this isn't the way to do it. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that you can receive more updates just like this. We can have real conversations, and hopefully we can start opening up people's minds to what's really going on in the world. I look forward to seeing you guys again in the next video. You guys enjoy your weekend. Peace.